I'm making another ranking, but this time we're gonna be ranking some automotive tools, or aka automotive internships and tools to buy. So basically, I have all these categories here, and we're gonna be, ranking or rating which of these tools are gonna be super useful, especially for your internships, which I am in the process of. And for this purpose of this video is to get like an idea of how or what's the idea of or what's worth the money for these tools. So like I'll go into the meaning of the categories. So we got the must, which is no hesitation, which means the tools that I'm gonna have, not much because it's gonna be a short review type of video. These tools are gonna be an absolute must get, like no hesitation at all. Like just get it, because you're gonna, to the point where you might be using these types of tools probably on the first day. And we got definitely worth it, which is, yeah, you should get it. You also get it, like keep it there with you. And then we got can be an extra in case. This one is a pretty good one because you can basically have a particular type of equipment in handy. Even though if you're not using right now, but at some point you will have to get it. But just to be safe and be sure that it's there in your hands with employees and they're using their own tools and you can't use your own tools, or you do have to buy your own tools, which I heard of. And yeah, that's basically if you have to borrow someone's tool, like almost like, let's just say once or twice, then you have to get your own. And then we got a little more consideration, which means something that you have to think about a little more. So like for example, a socket, it's like, are you gonna need metric or SAE? The last bit we got, maybe it's just for fun, so you're probably just buying tools just to do a hunt of anything, if not at all. You're trying to be runaway ready with all your mechanics and you're ready to get started working on cars. I'm sorry if there's these types of weird ads that are showing like jewelries and stuff, which we're gonna save it for later. Not a lot of pictures, again, because these are the ones that are the main ones that I'm thinking about. So let's dive in. So let's see. First one, I'm gonna choose I might gonna choose the impact gun or the impact wrench. This one you're most likely are gonna need for taking off wheels or tires. This is the one that I got from Walmart, and it's about like $74, which might make me feel a little hesitation at first when the first time I bought it, but then I realized I absolutely needed this when I was doing my brake job, when you had to take off the tires, and these can be really handy. And we also got, let's see, the toolbox. I'm gonna put that, no, that's an image. I'm gonna put this in a little extra in case. For this, if you have a lot of tools, then you might have to get a toolbox, which is fair. Okay, and so the next thing we're gonna pick is this, not the, almost a scan tool. This is this one. Actually, we're gonna go with this next. For this, you are probably thinking about, I actually never used this before. I mean, I do back in school, but I don't know, might put this in extra in case, because sometimes you might get a little curious about your own car, and well, scan 2 is basically like a health report, scan all the car's functions, OEMs and all that stuff. I can actually put this in. Here's the funny thing, I bought this before and used it only twice, and then I realized there isn't much I can do with this unless if I drop something, or if I'm just curious what's the inside of, for example, air hose or maybe what's inside of the empty tank of a coolant. And I sold this on Facebook after that second time of use. And I just never see the point of it. For now. The wrenches, because you have like, cars are full of bolts, so if you're thinking about taking something off or out to do a repair service, then you might, or basically on your own car or a customer's. For example, you're gonna be taking a lot of bolts and you possibly can't, or maybe you can like untighten them with your fingers, but. And we got the dead blow hammer. This one I would be a little bit careful with because I never bought this, and in labs I almost never use this. This thing here only creates a force to remove something, like for example if let's say a nut or a bearing that is stuck on any parts, then you can grab the hammer and then force it right out. Because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. For the next one, the flashlight, I will put this in a little bit more consideration. Technically, these are very useful and maybe way more than just your phone's flashlight, because they're brighter and they have good adjustments and buttons, and especially the ones that hangs or the ones that sticks onto unpainted metal or with a hanger, and that can be pretty useful because you can't really see what you're working on if you're in a dark spot. For pliers, I'm gonna put that to, I haven't thought about this yet. Okay, maybe put this with it, because sometimes you might need to like grab, snap, or pull anything out. Like for today, what I did, I took one of these little big, I don't know what's specifically the name of this because I'm still, learning all the tools and stuff. I took this specific plier just to take out the cotton pin. It can be useful, let's just say. Now I'm pretty sure this is a crowbar. This may be a little consideration, or actually no, I'm gonna put this in an extra case, because maybe you need a way to like drag or pull something to get it to like maybe get the bolts to go in the hole, and maybe it doesn't reach it, so you might need the crowbar too. These can be handy for heavy duties. And then drive sockets, I think these might be definitely worth it. Or I might actually put this in no hesitation one, because a lot of shops may not have plenty of these sockets, so you might need them just in case, and just be buddies at the top. Screwdrivers. So screwdrivers are very important for any types of like a plus, a star shape, or any like snowflake looking icon, or a flat head, which can be useful. Be extra in case. It can be like worth it. It can go along with the pliers and the wrenches. The torque wrench, this is a half that I chose. I would put this in extra case because there's a lot of specific ones in there. Like we got the 3/8. I have, like I said, and there is like a 1/4 inch. There's like a smaller torque wrench, which to me personally I don't use because I recently just bought this, and so yeah, I find it pretty useful, and especially if you need to tighten the lug nuts, which are the nuts that goes in the tires. We got the one that is electric, so the one that beeps at you, and the other one where it clicks. Let's see, these mirrors, I would put these definitely worth it, because you will never know what something that's being drawn. I mean, it kind of works like articulating this tool right here. I mean, the articulation camera type of tool. We got the clamps, which I'm definitely gonna put this. I'm gonna put this in consideration because, well, you can definitely use this, for example, brake pads, but I haven't used anything with this, so I'm not too sure. So, but it depends on the work and if whether you need it or not. And then we got the tie rod remover here. Last but not least, I would, if you're doing a brake job, for example, you might need this because this thing, the tie rod is connected to one of the control arm, and so this tool can be helpful. So I'm definitely gonna put this extra in case. So that is all the tools, in my opinion, sorted out into what the tools that you must get versus the one that is a waste of money. So main thing, we got the sockets that you absolutely need to take any giant lugs or nuts off and using an impact gun. And the definitely not worth it ones are also the ones, I mean, they're kind of the same, like you sort of like have at least those, like the screwdrivers, the pliers, and the extras are the ones just to, you can like buy it, but just keep it in like onto the side until one day you actually need it. And these are more optional if you absolutely need to get, but they're not like super like urgent need. And the scan tool one, I keep saying scan tool. This is the articulation camera device. Yeah, no, cause they're like similar, you know? Okay. Yeah, unless if you're just curious, you want to look inside the car, that might be worth it. But to me, I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, well, all that is. Let me know what your opinion is later.